la vieja leyenda, la mente puede a la materia, le viene como anillo al dedo al baloncesto. Incluso los jugadores mejor dotados físicamente han tenido que demostrar su habilidad mental para triunfar. Los jugadores durante un partido están siempre absorbiendo y procesando, analizando e interpretando, enfocando y planeando. Y una vez que interpretan toda esa información, ponen su cuerpo en marcha, dan rienda suelta a su físico. La mente separa la victoria de la derrota y todos los grandes de este deporte han hecho uso de sus mentes privilegiadas, como la de Oscar Robertson, por ejemplo.
When he came into the league, he didn't look like a rookie. He played like a veteran. And, you know, his skill level was so high, the ability to play the game, knowing situations, knowing how to make plays. Those were the things I most marveled at.
Otra mente privilegiada fue la del ahora comentarista y gran trailblazer, Bill Walton.
At the end of this long conversation with Walton, I got up to leave, and he said, you know, Coach, there's one thing more. And I said, what's that, Bill? He said, don't assume we know anything. And I said, okay. So that's a rare thing when you hear a player say something like that. He was a fierce competitor who wanted to win and would do whatever he had to do to win.
There wasn't anything that he didn't do that wasn't thought out. He might have put a little extra swirl on it at the end, but it was always on the money and for a point.
You know, just watching him dribble up that court, looking you right in the eye, and not knowing what he's going to do is the scariest thing you'll ever want to be involved in.
This man can concentrate at a very quick pace. Game time comes, and the focus is there, and it's quickly done, and he's able to get his mind on the spot at the moment and at the point. It's total readiness to respond to the necessary needs of the moment.
Michael Jordan is in another time, in another space, on another plateau.
He dreamed the game. He knew what was going on in everybody's mind.
That fake.
He would just keep thinking, and the more he thought, the better he got.
Now he's going to slow it out. No, it goes over the head to McHale.
This was the smartest guy in the world of basketball.
Now they clear aside for Larry. Fakes it.
Bird. There's the play of the game, right there.
Bill Russell y Will Chamberlain libraron grandes batallas en sus épicas confrontaciones. Will era superior físicamente, así que a Russell no le quedaba otra opción que explorar la vía mental. Preparaba con mimo todos sus enfrentamientos con Chamberlain y los afrontaba con estrategias casi milimétricas.
You see, what I had to do was discipline myself psychologically or intellectually. In that, to never get into a numbers game with him. Because then I'd be playing his game and not my game. And my game consists of doing things that made my teammates effective. It took me years to find out how to play him. Because if you play him you can't play him the same way all the time. Because he'll make adjustments. I had about 4 or 5 different ways I'd play him. But the idea was that I never could stop him. But I could put some speed bumps. That's the best I could come up with.
Y esos empujones, sumados a su privilegiada concentración, hicieron que Russell le ganara 7 de sus 8 enfrentamientos en playoffs a Chamberlain. Pero él no solo se centraba en superar a Will. Bell también superaba al resto de la liga, como lo reafirman sus 11 títulos en 13 años. Combinaba un gran conocimiento del juego con autoconfianza y fe en sus compañeros.
Russell had an attitude, and most people would just say plainly a winning attitude. That doesn't really describe it all. He thought he was the best defensive player to play. He also thought he was the best all-around player to play. Yeah? And he thought that any team he plays on should win every single game. So that sort of permeated the entire team. How can we lose? We can't lose. And that was Russell's gift.
You go out there in a game, There are 10 players, 3 refs, 2 hoops, 20,000 people, 1 ball. And what's going to happen with that ball is that